see the way they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us names. I can feel the sunlight shining.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Brian, and today is Monday, May 13th, 2024, and this is episode 696 of the Lots Project podcast, and it's titled Looking at Spots. And I'll be chatting about a productive weekend on a few different fronts. New products rolling into the camper, and we being told what is amazing in this day of social media. Let's check in with the coffee crew, see who's hanging out, grab a cup of coffee, and hang out for an hour or so. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Had a good weekend. This weekend is up and at it early today on Monday. Good morning. Good morning, Backwoods Butcher. Thanks for stopping in. Backwoods Butcher really, I think Backwoods just hates money, or hates the idea of money, or even the idea of thinking about making money. But that's okay. It's okay. He'll come around. Jim, good morning. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that as always. And Pip in early, not as early, must be I think this is a Pip day off. Pip's in 5:30, says good morning, humans heading to the pew pew range. Pew 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 pew. That sounds like a little therapy there. Will cure any of the stress that's ailing you, and it can in more than one way. Good morning, Jim, over on Noster. Thanks for popping in. We also have the vertical feed going, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, I guess that's X, Noster, like I just said, Telegram, chat. I think it eventually ends up landing on Rumble, and all sorts of other places. Backwoods says, I'll call you today after my slaughter. Sorry, buddy. All day I'm going to be out with no service at Delinquent Scully. So I try to help. I try to help you when I can help you. I try to help you when I help you, but that's it. Rewilder Life says, dang, my computer won't let me on. Good morning. Good morning to you, Rachel. And I don't know if it's your computer or your FBI agent. We'll get it figured out. Anyway, what's in the cup this morning? What is in the cup this Monday morning? FTO Blonde espresso again this morning. FTO Blonde espresso in the cup. It's been the last few days, end of last week into the weekend. Been only having one French press over the weekend. Been getting up, having that press, and getting going a little bit. I'll talk about what we did this weekend a little later in the show. But the FTO Blonde espresso is, man, it's a great coffee. It's a little darker than I normally would go with. It's a little fuller body than I would normally go with, but it works. It definitely works. Brian puts his magic fingers on it, puts his touch on the roast, and it's good to go. It is good to go. I never had a problem with the FTO Blonde espresso. Yes, Rachel. Rachel wondered if I got a haircut. Yes. I've been waiting. We get busy. Corey cuts my hair because I can't reach. It's either I can't reach, or I don't pay attention enough, or I don't have the spatial relations in my brain to do it behind my head. And she does her own, and she does a fantastic job, except when she misses a little bit. And I try to help her out and tell her, but I can't do my own. I just do it, and I shave it. And then I think I'm done. And then I'll walk in. She was like, oh yeah, you got like a big streak across the back of your head. So I've just stopped attempting it to make it so I don't look stupid, stupider than I normally do. And so I just wait till she has time, and she did. I wrangled her up, and yeah. Normal haircut. That's just, it is what it is. Went through that. I did go through that week that it was pretty warm. And I had about as long a hair as I will deal with, and I almost just went for it myself. And if I ended up with a mohawk or some weird haircut, I would just say that's the new style. Haven't you kids seen the new style? Good morning, Hunter, over on Twitch. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Yeah, the FTO Blonde Espresso, though, in the cup, you definitely got to check it out. If you haven't checked out Food Forest Farms coffee, I don't know what you're waiting for. You got 10% off using LOTS 10, LOTS 10 at foodforestfarms.com. Foodforest Farms with an S.com. LOTS 10 gets you 10% off. If you've already used that, since it's a one-time coupon, you can always get 5% off using LOTS 5. I have a bunch of blends over there that I've come up with, that I've relayed what I want them to taste like to Brian, and he's absolutely nailed it. He is a magician with that air roaster. It's fantastic coffee. It's high quality. It's healthier for you than other coffee. It's not stale, and the flavor is phenomenal. Give the guy a chance. Foodforestfarms.com. Wilder Life says, I need to give the hubby a cut. It's a few inches long, and he hates it. Take care of him. I have to tell you, Rachel, I think he would probably prefer a haircut than dinner some night. I would probably take that exchange. Like if you make your husband dinner, I don't know if you do or not. Maybe he is a phenomenal cook and maybe he enjoys cooking, but I see the wonderful things. I see the wonderful things that you're always cooking. So I assume at some points you make him dinner. I would throw this at him and say, hey, would you rather have me cut your hair some night instead of make you dinner? Even if you got to go hungry? And I'm guessing he'll say, shave it, baby. It does grow fast. It does grow fast, especially when you eat higher protein diets. I've noticed that fingernails, toenails, and hair definitely grow at warp speed when you're eating that high protein diet. It definitely, I mean, it makes sense. Just science and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. It's like electrolysis on my head would probably take care of all this, but I don't know if I need to go that far. I definitely have no desire to ever grow my hair back out. Like if I have to go get it, if I have to brush it, it's too long, and I never need to get that far in life again. So I've realized the benefits, and just it'll change your world. Ask Corey. She shaved her head because we were going to move into the camper and wanted to cut back on water and maintenance and all that. It was just it was a convenience thing more than anything, and a conservation thing more than secondly. And she did it, and she's like, oh my god, this is wonderful. It's not hot, my neck's not sweaty, I don't have to take care of it, I don't have to wash it all the time, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, why yeah, do you ever look around and see all the guys that shave their head for no reason? They're not bald, they just randomly shave their head, and there's a reason for that. It's our best kept secret. We don't let you guys know because we think you look pretty with your hair on your head. I think my wife looks beautiful with a shaved head. She's got like the perfect, she shaved it, and I was like, you got like the perfect head for that. You look absolutely stunning. So I think you made the right call. She doesn't have any big like lumps or divots or anything like that. It's pretty solid. She's pretty round on the head. So Backwoods says I need to trim mine again so I can shave it. Your hair? Wait. Your hair is long enough that you have to brush it before you shave it, or you have to trim it before you shave it? What kind of trimmers do you use? Or what kind of razor do you use? Do you bick your head, or do you just use barber razors, like trimmers? We did order a head shaver. It was specifically designed for that. They were big on like TikTok shop and shit like that for a while, that they had like 7 blades, and it was a palm, it like sat in your palm, and you would use it. And Corey used it the one time we bought it, and she's like, well, it gets really close sometimes. She's like, it would roll across the head, and then when you would hit it, some of it would go like Mr. Clean, like to the deck, smooth, and then the rest would be like a normal zero cut with a trimmer, with no guard. So sometimes it would have like the little bit of a stubble, which Corey likes better on hers. It gives it a little less shine. Yeah, it just looks better. But this thing wasn't very consistent. Like as you would go around the corner, the curves of your head, it would like divot in, kind of like when you're mowing the lawn and you get a little wonky, or you hit a stone or a big rock or something, and it tips the blade down. You get that like skim mark where you see the dirt, and kind of like that, but not really. Jim says that's what I look for in a girl: no divots or lumps in the head, but that may just be me. I didn't know that she didn't have any divots or lumps until like, man, it must have been like 12 years or more into our relationship when she shaved it. So, yeah. Backwoods says I bick it, so if it gets too long, I've got to trim it first. What? Dude, you just make your life so much harder than it needs to be. Rewilder, we've had some shaver for his hair for 30 years. Walls, that's what we use. Wall barber shaver. Wall barber shaver. Those things. We've had different pairs. I always end up taking them apart. They always end up getting weird. Corey at one point was using them once every other week. Corey, what was the frequency of your hair when you're doing it like all the time? Oh my God. Hello, spider. Whoa, where'd you come from? Sorry, guys. Little spidey spider on my desk here. I don't know where he went. I don't think he was the ones that were going to hurt me. He's just having a good morning too. Maybe he got into a little bit of coffee I spilled on the desk, and that's why he's all wound up and running around like crazy. Anyway, yeah, definitely shave your head. Everybody just go shave their head. We'll all look. And now Mike's Homestead says Kyle's correct. Bick will plug up. No, yeah, I mean, I know that, but if you go with the wall with no guard, like it's short enough. Unless you need the sun blaring off it for some TikTok or something, or do you then put something to make it not so shiny, like a product? Rewilder says ours is so old, but they were better than it came. I mean, they still come with oil. For the blades. I adjust the blades. I think I don't like to say this. I don't think I'll get in trouble for saying this, but I'm pretty sure a lot of our mechanical issues we ever have in our place might be operator error. What's that? Somebody in the back of the camper said that's not true. Hunter says there's nothing like bicking your head though. It's like Zen or something. Yeah, okay. You do you, boo. Backwoods Butcher says I like it shiny and smooth. The kids think it's funny. I'm not even gonna go further on that. Jim says if it came from the peanut gallery that it's not true, it's not true. You guys can believe what you want. My wife has more My wife has more mechanical and technical issues with things than anybody I've ever met in my life. Is that true? She says that's true. So the fact that I assume that our ability to not keep a pair of wall trimmers for more than a year or two, like I can logically make the case that it's probably user error, since she's the only one that uses it. I mean, she uses it for her head and my head, and she has a track record for having more mechanical, more odd technical issues, mechanical issues, just random things than anyone I've ever met in my life. I can put those two things logically together and probably safely bet that it might be her fault that they break. Not saying that it's her fault, that she's doing something intentionally or wrong. My wife just literally has more issues than I've ever met anybody. Her coworkers will tell you that. I will tell you that. Anybody that's ever really spent a significant amount of time with her will likely tell you that. And we don't know what it is. We try to fix it. At some points, you just got to stop trying to fix it and you just accept it and deal with it. I deal with it. I love her to death. Can't beat her. Can't beat her with a stick. It's not good. Not good. Anyway, let's talk about the weekend. We had a really good weekend. Corey and I got a lot of stuff done. Excuse me. I think Friday after the show, I think I spent the majority of the day down grocery shopping, things like that. But Saturday we had a big day. No Home Depot or Bed Bath & Beyond or nothing like that. But we did spend a significant portion of the day out at Delinquent Scully, out up on the property that we're going to be ending up with. And we started picking out our cabin sites. We've spent a lot of time out there where it's not like we're going in blind and just randomly walking around and picking sites. But Corey and I had thought about several different locations at different points. So we went out, we took stakes with us. We picked up marking stakes and marking flag, and we walked around and found 4 of our favorite sites that we had picked. We measured out the rough border of the cabin, the rough footprint of the cabin we want to build, and staked the corners, and then we cleared as much as we could. I mean, it was pretty warm, and it was thick. It's already thick. Like if we were doing this in January, it wouldn't have been as big of an issue, but we're doing it now. So that's what we're going to do. We cleared around the border, the perimeter of what would be the cabin, and then it started hacking away in the interior for the 4 sites. One thing that I knew was that Kerry Brown from Strong Roots Resources will be out in the area today. He's from over in Knoxville, so when he comes to this side of the state, we like to get together, see Kerry at SRF and all sorts of things all the time. Really enjoy spending time with him. And he's also consulting on the Delinquent Scully project with Tim and Becky and I, and what we're doing. So he's probably going to be staying out at DG for the weekend or for the night. Tonight he's got consulting out here today, tomorrow, and then back to Knoxville. But he's going to swing out, so he's always up for a walk and a chat. And so I asked him if he would be willing to just take a quick first look. He's also been on the property, so it's not like he's going in blind either. But take a first quick look at our 4 spots we marked and give me his opinion. I'm not looking for in-depth permaculture analysis of the best spots on the property to put a spot, to put a cabin. This is the beginning. But I would say, hey, let's go walk around and just take a peek. Let's look at these 4 sites. You tell me anything glaring that you see issues. Maybe we've already addressed it. If it's like the fact we'll have all 4 sites will have to drop some trees, but it's not a huge deal. let me know. Let me know if you see anything. And Corey and I have ranked them. We're not going to let Carrie know which one we like best, which one we like least. I'm going to just like let him roll and see if he sees any glaring reason why he wouldn't do it at one of those or another, or any reasons why we definitely should. And then we'll go from there. And that'll be about the determining factor of the spot. We Once we have the spot, then we have a few things that we're going to get in the works, but it won't be soon after that. We'll start hauling materials in and getting up some sort of structure, because that's exactly what we're really motivated to do right now, is to get out there. Every time Corey and I go and spend time out there, we feel better. We feel better about everything. Everything across the board in life is better after you spend a bunch of times in the woods. And then when you can live in the woods, it's just better. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a lot of work for sure. It'll be definitely be a lot of work. It'll be a lot of challenges, but we're up for it. And Mike's Homestead wonders if it's raining here today. It was sprinkling when I went out this morning after I got up. And it's supposed to be on and off all day, like 40 to 60% chance off and on all day of like a quarter inch. Last I looked, it could have completely changed by now, but that was the last I looked, was kind of scattered showers, and meh. It is what it is. It is what it is. You just deal with it. I got a brand new rain suit in the mail from a company, so I have to try that out. So some rain might not be horrible. So yeah, we spent the morning out there, picking spots, measuring out spots, clearing, and then we came home. We got cleaned up, and we had an awesome evening with friends, local friends here that we've met through our communities. We met. So I guess we met Norman and Herschel at Toolman Tim's workday out at Delinquent's Gully. And then SRF, and then I worked with them. We've continued to become close friends, and we really enjoy their company and hanging out with them. And they invited us over for burgers, and we got to hang out with Sean and Dawn Mills and their daughter. It was a great evening. I always enjoy seeing Sean and Dawn, and Norman and Herschel, of course, are fantastic hosts. We had burgers, we had libations, we had a bonfire. We got to check out all the progress Norman's been making on their barn. Oh, I guess Norman and Herschel's been helping a little bit, but Norman's been the yeoman getting that barn lean-tos closed up. He's doing a fantastic job. It was fun. Always a good time there. Always time at Norman and Herschel's, and I'm so glad that I met them at the workday at SRF and continue to be close with them. They're great guys, and yeah, watching them develop their property and all the cool things they're doing there is fantastic too. So excited to continue with that. And Sean Mills and his wife and daughter ended up coming over. And Sean's always a wealth of information and always a good laugh too. So enjoy that evening. And stayed out too late. Rewilder Life says, "Oh, do tell if you like it. Hub needs a rain jacket." Yeah, I think it's going to be nice. The rain jacket came in a few different kinds. It was like black. I think they had a beige one. I opted for the reflective one. I was picturing a scenario that we get a lot of storms around here. If I was close enough or needed to, or was dealing with my own issues in the rain, I got the reflective stuff on it. The industrial reflective. Can find you in the dark, can find you in a storm, can find you in a cleanup and not get hit by a car, things like that. So I picked that one up. Yeah, I'll let you know how it feels. It's still in the package, but it feels like it's nice thick quality. I don't know if it's going to be too hot for here, but we'll see. Jim says I chatted with them at SRF. Yeah, they are nice guys. They're incredible, and they're the type of people that you want in your community because they'll do anything they can for you if they can. Same with me. Same with Corey. Same with Sean and Dawn. Same with everybody that kind of gravitates into this community. If there's a way you can help, you will. And you know that it's reciprocated if you ever need help. So I think that's what builds strong community, and we definitely have one forming in this general area. Definitely have one forming, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Jamie, I always forget to mention Jamie too. Jamie's going to be, I think, an integral part of our success out there, and hopefully I can help him and be an integral part of his success at his property out there at the end of the easement road. Backwards Butcher says, unless it's financial, then you can go to hell. I'm not going to give you money because I don't got any to give you, but man, I keep trying to tell you how to make a little bit, but you won't even listen to me. You're like, I wouldn't even feel bad if you listened and then didn't do anything, but just the mere fact that you're like, I don't even want to talk to you, man. Kyle, thanks. Oh, all right. So stayed up way too late on Saturday night. Oh, I even told Corey, I was like, hey, Jim, hold on one second. Jim says that he hears that Kyle has a website now. Jim says Kyle has a website now. Kyle, do you have a website? It's almost like if you had a website, you'd be out like telling a lot of people about it or something. I don't know, maybe not. And he says, I know I need to start doing TikTok shop, but I can't until I get 10,000. It's not on TikTok, dude. See, you are so far off of what I'm going to tell you. You don't even need to lose all your favorite sounds and all your stupid little shit that you put on your TikToks that make you powerful or whatever it is. I came up with another way, dude. I sorry. I've been trying to tell you about it, but you just think it's 10,000 followers on TikTok. Anyway, I told Corey when we went to Norman Herschel's, I said, hey, we got to be early. We got to get home early-ish. Kyle says, okay, so tell the world. Basically, Kyle, I was going to tell you to use your status on TikTok to get an account through Amazon to make money that way. But I'm not going to go into it on my show. Told Corey we're going to have to be back early. And the night was progressing. I was enjoying myself. Corey was enjoying herself. We were hanging out, and all of a sudden we looked at the clock and it wasn't early anymore. That's what good friends, when you hang out with good friends and you're having a good time, that's what happens. And we got back late. I still intended to do my Amazon Live on Sunday morning, which I'm trying to get in consistently and do a product showcase every Sunday morning with a lineup of products that I've gotten, that I've used, maybe taking a look at new products of the week, whatever pops up. Maybe do some themed weeks or whatever. But I woke up and I was like, this ain't happening. I was up late. I was up too late, and it was just not happening. Corey and I both wanted to get back out to the property again to do a couple of final things before Carrie ended up showing up. And so I skipped it. I said, no, not this week. I got to get back in the groove of doing things. I was going to change things up today with a little bit of schedule shakeup for my day-to-day stuff. And so I skipped the live yesterday morning. it is what it is. It's still in its infancy. I'm trying to figure it out, but yeah, hopefully next week, Amazon Live, 8 a.m. Sunday morning for about an hour, just rolling through products that I've gotten recently, and I'm enjoying, that I recommend or taking a look at. So, if you don't follow on Amazon, and you'd like to get notification when I go live or when I post a new video, a new product review video, or things like that, you can go to amazon.com/shop/the Lots Project, and you should see a place to follow. I believe it's different on desktop as opposed to mobile. But I have heard from people that you can find it on both. So follow over there. You'll get a notification in your Amazon app when I go live. You can count on, hopefully, 8 a.m. every Sunday morning doing the weekly product showcase, and then releasing product videos as I get them. So that's that. Got some new ones. I did not just do nothing all day when I packed it in for the live. That was just the start of the day. Yesterday we ran out to the property. We checked on some things. We kind of just had a nice, easy morning. Took it easy, drove out there, had our coffee, drove back, and we were sitting here. I ended up doing a couple videos for a company had reached out and reached out privately, actually, which was cool. It's called Iceco. I don't know if you've ever heard of Iceco. They make, basically, their main product, I believe, is these portable refrigerators. So DC powered refrigerators, coolers, things like that. Tim actually had one out at DG when he showed up, or he picked one up while he was here. And then coincidentally later that in his stay, the company reached out to me and they were like, "Hey, would you want to do a video for this electric refrigerator? This little portable refrigerator, refrigerator freezer is actually what they call it." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Send it out." They sent it out. They also asked if I wanted to check out their new camping chair model that they make, and I was like, I can sit in a chair. I can tell you what I think of it. And so they sent those out. I did some unboxing videos for those yesterday just to test them out. The company wanted to see how they were arriving, what condition they were arriving in. I don't know if they were using a new distributor or what the deal was, but they were specific in the fact that they were curious. Not that they wanted content of how it arrived, but they just asked me to snap some pictures and send them to them to let them know, like, the condition of the boxes, the condition of the interior boxes, because just like all Amazon products, they were a box inside a box type of deal. Yeah, so I did that. I opened them up. These things are pretty cool. I think the cooler will be a valuable thing to have for us, what we're doing, moving out there, being off grid. I also saw a huge opportunity for when we get rolling with kind of a retreat model with the cabins out at Delinquent Scully, we start getting some people staying there. If we wanted to provide like a concierge service, or at least a stocked little freezer, these things would be really handy to pre-cool, load up with whatever the person's getting for the weekend or the week or whatever. Corey and I thought that 2 people could probably live out of this comfortably for several days. 1 person week easy. But they are small and compact enough, and it would be really convenient to be able to just bring them to the cabin, have the power. I think there were 65 watts to run, even at full blast, so not a ton of juice, but have that built into the storage or the power capabilities of the cabin. Roll up with it. It's full. It's got their stuff for the week, whatever they ordered or whatever we provided. Drop it in the cabin, plug it in, and then have multiples that we run on the property that we can take then back, clean out, restock for the next person, and just go back and forth. I think it worked really well. I think for road trips, it's got a DC plug that'll use your cigarette lighter. It's got an AC adapter that will also you can use your AC power in your house. So it's a pretty sweet thing. The one problem I have with it, I wish it had a battery. IceCo does sell a battery expansion for it to where it will have running power when it's not plugged in. The particular model that I got and Tim got, so I think this is standard across the board with them, is that it's plugged in or it's not running, and then you have to upgrade to the battery pack to be upgrade the battery pack to get continual running. So I'm not sure if now it does have a battery protection mode. So the way this works, I haven't used it. I've just been reading it in the instruction manual. But basically, Jim says, "Hey Brian, hey Pickle Pete, forgot to see. I can't see him on Food Forest Farms," and Jim says everybody else can see him as Food Forest Farms. And yeah, that is a mystery to us. We've literally, I've gone into every setting I can on YouTube. I've gone and emailed Google, YouTube, everybody I can think of, and for some reason, I cannot see Food Forest Farms comments. I'm the only one. It doesn't matter if it's straight on YouTube, if it's through StreamYard, if it's I don't know. For some reason, we are incommunicado on YouTube. So that's why he's always jumping in as Pickle Pete so I can actually see the stuff. But anyway, it's got this battery protection. Hunter was wondering if he blocked me. I don't know. Maybe. I can only account for the settings that I looked at. I cannot account for anything that Mr. Norton does out there in Seattle. I can ask. I can telepathically wonder. I don't know, but anyway, the battery protection mode on this cooler is pretty cool. Pretty interesting feature. It basically you can set one of three levels, and it sets a minimum voltage. So if you're running it off a solar system, if you're running it off a battery bank, it's not gonna absolutely cache your batteries. You can set the minimum voltage that when it senses that, it just turns off. And it keeps it running, it keeps the electronics running so that when the voltage comes back up, it comes back on. So I'm wondering if there is a direct DC solar application there where it runs when the sun is out, but I would also have to do testing on whether it stays cold long enough, like overnight. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I mentioned it, but Hunter said it'd be great for insulin storage. It would definitely be a small. It would definitely be a pretty convenient insulin storage device. You could set it up with I bet you could set it up with a solar panel and a small battery, and really have it as a hands-off storage solution for that. Huh. Yeah, good idea, Hunter. Appreciate it. Camping chair, not sold on yet. It is expensive. It is it feels well made. They did a great job with the storage bag. They did a great job with the materials that they picked. But it wasn't very comfortable yet. I don't know if I didn't have it all the way set up right. Basically, I whipped it out of the bag and I opened it up and unfolded it and set it down and sat in it. And I was like, this is weird. I'm gonna dig into it more. I don't wanna run it down before I have a chance to actually look at it, but still on the fence quite about this camping chair for sure. I had Corey come out and sit in it just to make sure it wasn't my fat ass that was making it feel like crap. But we'll see. I'll keep looking at that. The cooler is definitely something that I can use and will experiment with and continue and let you guys know what I think of it. What else? Corey's been busy with new products for us too. Yeah. Let me see if I got pictures here. Corey has made new leads for our dogs, new leads for the boys. We're going with paracord leads. We decided to make our own. We have different situations we like to use with them, and different ways we like to hook them up because Corey likes to have them secure. Hunter says my mother-in-law spent $100 for horrible chairs. Yeah, these are more than that. These were more expensive than $100. And yeah, we'll see. So where is it? Corey made some dog leashes. She made them for her specifications that she wants. And let me see if I can get it up here. So here's some random pictures from yesterday's walk. Here's one. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, we have made a few leashes. Corey has made a few leashes. And they turned out really well. I was very impressed. I don't know if it'll let me scroll through these. StreamYard's interesting sometimes. I don't know why. Sometimes it will let me. Oh, here we go. Does that switch the picture over for you guys? Riveting podcast too, I'm sure. Let alone the live feed. But there you can see them. We put extra handles on here. There's a good picture. So these leads are we will be selling them. We will eventually be listing them. Rewilder Life says you need dog leashes. That's what I was just gonna say. So we'll eventually end up selling these. We will a PDF. I don't know like how to make it. I'll tell you how to make it. I can send you the video that showed she used to make it if you want to make your own. But we will end up selling these probably on Etsy. I will sell them currently through the community. Rewilder says we weren't going to sell before. Yeah. We think we will. We think we will. Well, it will be if someone wants to pay for it. That's going to be the thing. Basically, what I'm going to do, we're gonna run through community direct sales. Try to decide what colors are popular. We made ours all glow in the dark or reflective, high vis colors because we walk them in the dark sometimes. But any color on Atwood rope we're willing to give a try. We can give a quote for different lengths, different configurations. Basically the basic model is between 4 and 5 foot with a handle like you can see on the screen right now that's around her wrist, and a 300-pound right now is what we have. We'll probably go a little less, but a 300-pound rated clasp on the end. And that's going to be kind of the basic model. We will have upgrades for secondary handles. I don't know if it shows in any of these pictures, but we put a secondary handle down at the bottom of the lead, kind of by where it hooks to the collar, a little back up, so we can have some more control over our guys, especially if an animal's approaching or we're walking in traffic or anything. We would like to be able to let them have their 5 feet when there isn't anything around, but then we can also shorten them up and have a control handle down by their collar. Then we also put on a D-ring or a ring on ours that is closer to the bottom, that has a safety lead for us, because we use prong pinch collars to control them. And it's recommended, and the prong pinch collars actually come with these little chintzy safety straps, basically a secondary collar that you hook off to in case the prong collar breaks. They just don't take off and go crazy. So we made, for ours, we tied in a safety strap that goes to their normal collar. So ours have actually 2 leads and 2 clasps at the end. I don't know if anybody else would necessarily want that option, but yeah, we're going to start with just straight leads, of varying lengths, anywhere from, I mean, whatever you want. If you want it 3 feet to 10 feet long, whatever you want, we can quote your price. And then we will also have add-on versions with the second safety strap, the ring at the bottom for attaching a poop bag or whatever else you want to clip onto there. And yeah, extra handles. You want a mid handle or whatever you need. So if you were interested in one of those, you're more than welcome to send me a message at Telegram, t.me/lotschat. You can find me hanging out in there, or in a ton of different groups on Telegram. Or you can email me, info@thelotsproject.com. We're not going to put them out there on Etsy or any place quite yet. We're still feeling out the flow of making them and getting the paracord in. These will be one-off custom orders, so they might take a little longer. We won't have them in stock. But if you're interested, I can give you a quote and let you know. And if you are good with that price, then we'll make one and get it out to you. If not, then I appreciate you checking in. And yeah, they're a high quality product. They're going to last for a long time, probably longer than anything you're going to get at the Petco. And that's why we had to make them, is our leashes started breaking. Jim says, how long do they take to make? So we don't know how long necessarily the just the straight off ones we're going to make, but she can knock out at least one an evening. It is like a side thing that like people when they knit, and she can do it while we watch a movie or catch some TV when we're sitting down to relax before bed. I think it's several hours, but it's within an evening. She can get it done. When you add in the other stuff, obviously the more knots you add in, the longer they take to tie. And so yeah, it takes a bit. It's not days on end. It's not days on end like her crocheted blankets. And that's where we started this whole thing. Was Corey likes to crochet. She's been doing it since she was a little girl or teenager. And she makes blankets upon blankets, and they're wonderful, wonderful blankets. They're warm, they're huge, they're comfortable. But damn, they take her months to make. And they take her a ton of dollars in yarn to make. And to sell them, they would be hundreds of dollars to even get her a slave's wage, even get her a minimum wage. They'd be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And we didn't know. We don't know. We don't know if anybody would buy that. These are more reasonable in the one evening range, and we needed them. We needed them because, like I said, ours were wearing out. Ours actually broke. One of them, the clasps broke. So we needed it. So she made it. And if she's going to make it, we might as well toss them out there. We need to make an extra one. We need to have some spares around, so we're going to make those. We'll have them as models that we'll take to like SRF in the fall to sell there, or If people reach out and they like them and they sell well, then we'll make some inventory and list them up some different places. But right now, it's just a little side project. So if you're interested in one, if you want to talk about prices or your custom colors, because I'm pretty sure with the community members, I'm just going to have you go to Atwood, the Atwood website, and pick what colors you want from the 550 cord. So I mean, thousands of colors, I think, is hundreds, if not thousands. Hunter asked if they're stiff. They're a little stiff right now. We are very confident that they're going to wear in, that they're going to eventually be just like a, I don't want to say leather lead, but like a normal rope lead or nylon rope lead. They are kind of stiff right now, but Corey ties paracord knots extremely tight. Like, I was shocked. When, how tight she was tying like the keychains. These ones through use, I'm sure it won't be a ton. Hunter needs a stiffer lead. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be loose and floppy in the end, but they're going to be looser. They're going to kind of loosen up, I think. We'll tell you. We've only used them for a couple days now. Pickle Pete says, do they have the line with a reflective cord? Yeah. Oh yeah. They have glow in the dark. They have reflective tracer lines. They have all sorts of different cords. I will tell you for sure, all sorts of different cords. Hunter says, can I tow a car with it? You could probably, no, I wouldn't think that you could tow a car with it. Maybe. I wouldn't rely on the latches, but if you triple looped the lead around a couple of hitches, I wouldn't be surprised if you could tow a car. So each one is that's a 4-strand braid of 550 cord. The weak points are going to be the metal, the clasp, and the ring we use. But a 4-strand 550 cord, I wouldn't doubt if you could pull a car with it, especially a small car. We're also considering doing collars, dog collars, and things like that. So Hunter says preppers and marketing. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely break it down. You'd have a bunch of cord. A 5-foot lead is going to have over 60 foot of cord in it. Of straight cord. Then you can pull out and break down the cord. Like every good prepper knows, you got a bunch of cord inside the paracord. So you're looking at you're looking at probably pushing 600 feet of cord. 60. There's 7 lines. 7 lines times 60. 420 feet of cord or more in that 5-foot lead. So tons of that stuff. Other than that, I got a bunch of products that came in this weekend or towards the end of the week that I gotta take a look at. A couple belts. I'm excited. I got a couple new belts in the mail. My belt's been wearing out. I have a Duluth Trading Company belt that's 10 years old, probably 8 years old. That's finally, it's not shot, but it's getting there. And I had an opportunity to request a belt from a company. They ended up actually sending 2. They sent a tactical version and then a leather version of their belt. So I'm excited to pop those out. I got a couple of content creation things to help, phone holders and phone mounts and things like that, which will be pretty cool. Excited to dig into that stuff, but there'll be another week of cool products to check out. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on today is the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights. and not necessarily the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights made me think of it. The reaction to the Northern Lights made me think of it. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's really cool. They're cool to look at. They're definitely cool to gaze at the sky and see the cool colors and the way that they move and wave and react. The science behind it is pretty cool. I've seen them a bunch. I mean, at least a handful of times. When you're in Minnesota, it happens a lot more than obviously Tennessee, Texas, or anywhere like that. But I have to say it wasn't earth-shattering. I've never attempted to take a picture of it. I've never attempted to take a picture of it and post it online. I've never been excited to where it was the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. And that might just be me. But it really feels, as I contemplated it, as I laid there and went, what is going on? I thought about the eclipse. And I know that the totality and all like the special eclipse, this was the special eclipse. But even people that weren't in the path of totality were geeking out about this. And this has been in succession pretty quick. The eclipse, the Northern Lights, everybody's got to take a picture. Everybody's got to post their picture. All the pictures look the fucking same. Are we being coerced into thinking what's amazing? Are we being coerced? Are we being told? Are we being fed what's the most beautiful thing we've ever seen? Because I had an old man moment that morning. I think it was Saturday morning. Was the Friday night was the first night. And everybody was posting their pictures and oh my god, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Pickle Pete says unithought or mass formation. Yeah, that was the kind of line I was going down. But I sat there and looked at it and I was like, get off my yard! Get off my yard! Because you know what? I can walk outside right now on an ordinary everyday Monday morning and find something amazing in nature. Whether it's a spider web that's covered with dew, the formation of some fungus in the dirt, the bark on a tree, the way an animal makes a nest, the way the forest edge progresses into a field, a ton of things, an absolute metric shit ton of things are more amazing, in my opinion, than the Northern Lights, if not equally amazing. Why aren't you being amazed by that on a daily basis? Why aren't you observing? Why aren't you observing those things? Pickle Pete says, capture that shit and share it with us. Why? You can go out and find it yourself. Rachel says some of us are. I know, and I hope I didn't burn anybody's ass by saying that and doing that in the group. No, I don't really care actually. I think people know. I think people know when you're reasonable enough to go out and observe things on your own, to see the wonderment and all the stuff around you every day. Every day. Take a second, slow down and look at it. Take a second, slow down and figure out why it's like it is. Backwoods Butcher says, I just walked outside and looked at the field in the sunlight. 90% of the world will not understand that beauty. Yeah. Rewild Other Life says, no, I was an old lady about Mother's Day. And you know, my group is a safe place for people to come and be old and crotchety. My group is a safe place for people to come and say, fuck you. I don't like what you're doing, society. I don't like it. I think you sold out. You bought all into this narrative or this bullshit. Why is it so important to post all your bullshit on Facebook on Mother's Day, on your whatever friend's birthday? Like, why is it a public display? Well, I tagged my mom in it and I posted pictures of us together. Does that make you a super kid? I don't get it. I don't know why it's progressed to a point where it's a public show. I mean, I've answered. I know. I know. Jim says it's keeping up with the Joneses thing. Oh, I had a mental gymnastics thing going through some keeping up with the Joneses thoughts the other day. Good morning, John Palmer. Thank you for coming in. Pickle Backwood Pickle Backwood says I called my mom and talked shit about my siblings like an adult. Attaboy. Attaboy. Pickle P says, my show today, why the tribe is a solution to isolation. That's not a bad topic, man. Pickle P says, maybe it's just a new way of storytelling. No, it's a new way of look at me. I can make my public display bigger than yours. It's peacocking. But not for any particular reason other than selfishness, I think. Like, here's two scenarios real quick. It's a two after real quick. Two scenarios. You call your mom, you have a legitimate heartfelt conversation with them for 10 minutes, a half an hour, an hour, something like that. Or you post a picture of you or 6 pictures of you that you've pulled from your reel, or maybe you just went and forwarded it or downloaded them from last Mother's Day because you used the same ones, and you said, I have the best mom in the world. Do you? Like, the best? Really? Your mom might be great, but it's a really tall thing to say that you have the best of anything in the world. Do you know all the mothers in the world? Have you met them? Have you taken applications and qualifications? Which is more thoughtful? Which is more meaningful? The public display that's about you, or the fact that you called your mom and talked to her because it's about her? Jim says, Pickle Pete says, crotchety Monday. Get off my yard. I want to move into the woods for a reason. Kyle says, cut the blue wire. It's getting close, guys. I know that there's people that watch on Facebook. There's a like. I mean, there's a thumbs ups. I see them. I see the comments come from Facebook. It's very, very, very quickly might not be there anymore. The day-to-day bullshit on Facebook, the aggravation of seeing the stuff. I rarely go there much anymore, other than to deal with my stuff. Good morning, Take the Ride. How we doing? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. The day-to-day stuff is getting it, and they took down some posts. They've banned. They've removed my posts because they're spam that I'm posting to my page. I own the page. I own the Lots Project page. I own the Happy Hills page, and I send my podcast episode. I post once a day. Sometimes I post in the groups if I have a question, because some of my customer service groups are there for some of the products I use. But other than that, publicly, I post once, maybe twice a day, and it's in my groups that I own, my personal page. They took a couple down because they were spam in my group that I own, that I decided to post in. That's my podcast episode that I created. So if that bullshit starts happening, that's the only reason I'm there. It's the only reason I have the app on my phone. It's the only reason I'm logged in on my computer, is to stream there and then post it there, because I have eyes there. I have 10,000 eyes between the 3 accounts or more that I post that to. But if they're going to continue to take down shit that I post into my groups that I own, that I decide to put there, what's the fucking point? Pickle Pete says, "What are we riding?" Take the Ride is on a fantastic journey to get in shape. He's been posting his workout videos. I think he's up well over 200 days now. I think you peaked 200, right? Greg? And he also has correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that you're also the mastermind behind the Tinker Tribe. Or I completely have you assimilated with 2 different people have melded in my head. John Palmer says, "Wait, you're on Facebook." I've been on Facebook. I've been on Facebook 17 years or 18 years now. I just got the notification the other day. Take the Ride says, "Today will be 211." Dude, you're looking good. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say that another man is looking good, but dude, you're looking good. You're getting there for sure. Keep it up. I'm right behind you. Like about 211 days. I appreciate you posting it every day. I every day I see it, I'm like, yeah, maybe today's the day. Maybe today's day 1. Oh man. I was right. I was right. Oh, Greg, you don't even Greg doesn't even know the hoops I went through after the first time I met him at SRF. I was on his podcast a couple weeks ago. You guys should definitely check that out. I believe it might still be in the show notes. Take the Ride's on YouTube. Yes, Tinker Tribe is on YouTube. He also has podcasts. But after I first met him at SRF, I reached out to somebody that wasn't him, and we had a conversation for a couple days, and then put 2 and 2 together that we both thought the person was somebody else. That was quality. Take the Ride every Monday and Friday. Tinker Tribe. Follow both. He's definitely worth a follow for sure. Oh, guys, we're 10 after. We'll talk more about Tinker Tribe and Take the Ride. I'll put it in my notes. We'll talk more this week. I don't know what we're going to talk about the rest of the week. Jim says, "Are you still friends?" I don't know. Yeah. Friends? I'm pretty sure we have a direct message in Facebook. or in Telegram. I think we followed each other's socials, and he's probably listening right now. And I'm like, I don't know. It's the online world versus the in-person world, and when names and faces and handles and all of it don't match up, sometimes you make whoopsies. It's Jim. It was you, Jim. No. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap up for today. I'll get out of here. If you got time after the show, switch on over to the Food Forest Farms YouTube page. Check out Sensei Scramblin', Wake Up Seattle on the West Coast over there. He has always has some interesting things to say. Other than that, I appreciate you all listening. If you enjoyed the show, it's always free to hit that like, share, and subscribe to return value for value. Please consider joining one of the YouTube membership tiers or listening on any value for value platform like Podverse or Fountain.fm. You can also stream the show live on Noster every morning and zappity zap, 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 zap. Appreciate that. You can zap after the fact. If you haven't signed up for Noster and you're curious what it is, definitely scroll down into the video description and you can find a link to the easy button to sign up for Noster. An easy button to sign up, get your NPub, get your NSEC, and set up a wallet if you're in one of the territories that supports the Strike app. It's all in one right there in the Primal app. Check out the video. It's straightforward. It takes less than 5 minutes, and you will be over on an uncensorable platform protocol. Excuse me. It's not a platform. It's protocol over there on Noster. You can find me there. I am gravitating there more and more every day. Other than that, you can visit thelotsproject.com or comfreyroots.com to find more information about me, find any of the products. And like I said earlier, if you're interested in one of the dog leashes, custom one-off dog leashes made out of paracord, shoot me a message. Find the Telegram group, t.me/lotschat, or you can info@thelotsproject.com. Email me there. Email me at info@thelotsproject.com and let me know you would like a dog leash quote. It's Monday, guys. I'm all ornery. I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna walk the dogs. I'm gonna head out to the property, spend some time in the woods. Maybe I won't be as ornery tomorrow, or maybe when I have to come back here and not be in the woods anymore, it'll just make me more ornery. It's Monday. Make it a great week, guys. Get started with that week. Make it a solid one. Get a bunch of shit done. We're already halfway through May, heading into end of the first half of the year. It goes so fast. We'll see you tomorrow.
I can feel the sun.